What is up, guys? You guys have seen the title. In today's video, we are rolling the guard. Just before we get into the video, if you're new to my channel, I have plenty of G35 or VQ contents on the channel and plenty more coming. So if that's your thing, subscribe, and without further ado, let's jump straight into it. The first thing I like to do before you roll the guard is actually give it a good clean. So look at all these dirt, dust, and grime like that came out of right here, just all over here. So what you want to do is you want to get rid of all of that first, because once you roll the guard, it's just going to get trapped in a little gap and it's just not going to come out. I just grabbed the cloth, give it a wipe, and all these crap came out. That's first thing first, and then I'm going to start heating up the guard. I think I'm going to start from the back or maybe the middle, around each side. Guys, please get yourself one of these tools. Don't use your hammer, don't use your baseball bats and stuff like that, please. once your guard is like rolled, you can't really go back, you know, so you don't really want to mess this up. Please get yourself a heat gun, use plenty of heat. From there onwards, it's pretty straightforward. You just gotta have a lot of patience. And just like that, I've set up my own roller as well, and also just try to make yourself comfortable because you'll be here for hours, and I just like to you know, sit here, chip away at this. So I've set up this, just, you know, have a couple of wheel nuts locking this in, and basically there are a couple of adjustments you want to make, and first being this, which, you know, rotate the thing back and forward like the arm. Right now I have it setting up on this adjustment, which is good enough. If you have like a super fender close to the car, then maybe you can use that adjustment. And then this black knob adjusts this inner arm, the length of the arm, extending it or not, and you just pull it out and you tighten it, sort of thing, to your desirable length of the arm. And this adjustment is for the angle of this roller, so if I loosen it, I can just, you know, tilt this to whatever angle suits. Basically that's all the adjustment you need. Now if you have a lowered car like this, sometimes you have to chop this arm to make it shorter. And yeah, this is my third time rolling a guard, so I'm not super experienced, so hopefully I don't fuck this up. But I've done the other side and no paint crack or anything, and my goal is to not fully roll the fender all the way down here, because I still want it to be OEM looking from the outside. Like this body light, I do not want it to flare out or anything. I want it just to look like the factory. And also here, if you flare this out too much, this will like get pulled out and it doesn't look good. Well, it just doesn't look clean to me. So I'm aiming roughly rolling from here to this little notch. I don't know if you guys can see, there's a tiny little notch here. So from basically from this point to this point, in theory you only need to do like this half, because that's where you will be hitting. So I'm just gonna place this in the position where I want it to be, and starting off by heating up the guard. And don't use a hair dryer, because you'll be there for hours. I just grabbed like a cheap heat gun, and yeah. So here's what I do. Grab the heat gun, I heat it up. You don't want to heat up one spot, you want to sort of heat up the entire area so you don't burn your paint. And then I just roll, basically. You can see the middle is moving. as the roller rolls it. Don't know if you guys can tell, but that side is flatter than this side. I don't know, at least I don't know, it looks like it on the camera. And remember to let go of your handbrake, or you will not be able to roll this. And just carry on like that, just work bits by bits all the way along. And then once the first stage of roll, you sort of aim the guard to have like a bit of an angle towards the inside, towards the wheel well, and then you can bring the roller to more of a flat angle, then keep rolling it. Alright, so here is a bit of update. I think the stage 1 rolling is complete. As you guys can see, it's like bending upwards. And now you guys can see I've adjusted the angle of the roller. So now I'm trying to flatten this, well, not flatten, but sort of pushing it outwards. And basically just repeat the same. A lot of heat, but make sure you don't cook your paint. So yeah, just like that. After probably about 2 hours of work, my GoPro has died, running out of battery. But here you guys can see the guard is like folded by quite a bit from here onwards, all the way along here and to the notch. Don't know if you guys can see it properly, but to the notch. I think this should definitely clear what I'm gonna run, which is exciting, and it will be in the next video. To start off with, I had this all the way retract back and then quite a shallow angle just to get the guard to start flaring up a little bit. And then once it's sort of on an angle like that, you can angle this almost vertical, push onto the guard that has already been flared up, so to push it up flat. So yeah, that is perfect. That is perfect what I wanted, and this is basically how you roll your G35 and 350Z guard. Now in terms of the front, it doesn't really need a roll, just because it came sort of almost pre-rolled from the factory. It's kind of scary. Just take your time. Use a lot of heat. It's my third time, as I said, so it's not like I'm super experienced. Plus I'm not doing one of those crazy rolls, so it's arguably a lot easier. But this should get the job done. This should clear what you're gonna run on your car regardless, unless you're running some crazy madness wheels. So yeah, if you guys seen my last video, I have the LMGT3, and that will be my forever wheel. But in the next video, again, it's another wheel video. Trust me guys, you guys gonna love the wheel. It is a temporary wheel, but I'm just gonna leave it as that, and that'll be it for this video, and stay tuned for the next video.